Some people get mad at me when I say this, but I think almost every male could have a 40-inch vertical if you do at least 4 out of 5 of these things. So first one, jump practice. Total amount of hours, right? So those who accumulate a lot of specific jump reps throughout their lifetime tend to be the best jumpers. Those who are obsessed become the best.
Let's see it.
So all these guys that I assess that are 45-inch vertical, 50-inch vertical, when I ask them, what did you do growing up? They say, I jumped, right? There's a lot of different training backgrounds. Some people lifted heavy, some people didn't, but all of them say, hey, I grew up on low rims, dunking. I was always that kid trying to touch the ceiling, always trying to touch a little bit higher. They are consistently the most obsessed with jumping higher. That's prerequisite number one. You gotta be obsessed, and then you gotta go out and actually get the reps. Even if you have really bad genetics, if you get a lot of reps, your mechanics are gonna be really, really good, and you're gonna jump pretty high just off that alone. Next up, genetics. So we're talking about muscle fiber type, fast twitch versus slow twitch. We could change that a little bit with the right type of training, but a lot of that is genetics that we can't change. Muscle tendon insertion sites, anthropometrics, so how long my femurs are relative to my tibia. All of this stuff goes into how good of a jumper we are, how long our feet are relative to our height, Achilles length. All of these things do matter, and you're not gonna change these things. Now, this is why I say you need 4 out of 5, because a lot of you saw this and you're like, oh, well, I was never the genetic freak naturally, then there's no way I can get approach 40-inch vertical, it's impossible. I also did not have this naturally. All through high school, I couldn't dunk, never got an in-game dunk, and then once I started training the right way, gained 12 inches, started throwing down windmills, 360s, all that. I did the other 4 out of 5 things so well that I didn't need the genetics to get well above a 40-inch vertical. Number 3, and this one is really, really important, early childhood exposure to multiple movements in sports. Ages 1 through 12 has some movement skill acquisition windows that close later on, and you can't make up for it later on, or it's very tough to make up for it later on. So if you were that kid who was just like playing video games until age 12, never playing sports, never outside playing tag, it's really hard to go back and make up those windows. And so the kids who are very active at an early age, outside, playing tag, multiple sports, it doesn't even have to specifically be like a crazy amount of specific jump reps. You just have to be active and moving and athletic in general. Number 4 is training. So strength training, plyometrics, sprinting, additional jump mechanics work, mobility work. It needs to be periodized into a progressive year-round program, rinse and repeat for 5 to 10 years to reach your true genetic potential. Number 5 is body composition. You could do the other 4 things that I mentioned, but if you have a lot of excess body fat, you'll likely ruin your bounce. Fat don't fly. We have a whole program for that. Personally, I gain 1.8 inches for every 5 pounds that I lose, as long as I'm losing that in fat and my muscle isn't wasted and I keep my force production the same. There was actually a study that showed it was somewhere between 1.5 and 2 inches for every 5 pounds that they lost. Now, this is gonna be different for everybody, but for me, my average is 1.8. Usually, I'll lose like 15 pounds at a time over like a 2-month span. So if I were to do a cycle of our Fat Don't Fly program, which is 8 weeks, I'm probably gonna lose around 16 pounds. I'm going for 2 pounds per week. But the key on that program is I'm in a slight caloric deficit and my macro and micronutrients are still high, so I'm not becoming depleted. And then we prioritize strength training. So sometimes I actually get stronger on the program, even though I'm losing weight. But regardless of those little nitty-gritty details, just know that if you have excess body fat and you lose it, you're gonna jump higher. Now, for the teens listening to this who are still growing, you do gotta be cautious because you need a lot of energy to grow. And so if you get on a strict diet that's restricting calories, you could potentially be stunning growth, messing with hormones. It's not a great place to be in. And then also, even if you're not growing, it's very bad for your body to just be in a constant caloric deficit. So when I run a Fat Don't Fly program and I enter a caloric deficit, it's a short period of time. Like I'll go 4 weeks, I might take a week off in between, reverse dieting, go back to maintenance, and then go into a deficit for the next 4 weeks. And then I don't go back on a diet for quite a while. And number 6, this is a bonus, jumper's mentality. Believe in it and your body is more likely to achieve it. It sounds cliche, but it is true. When I went through periods in my career where I was jumping the highest, I remember literally going to bed and just dreaming about doing windmill dunks, doing East Bays. Like that's all I would think about. And I would see myself doing it and I believed that I can do it, and it makes it a lot easier for the body to actually achieve it. So that is another one that I've seen in the best jumpers in the world. They all have that jumper's mentality. They're always looking for another inch on their vertical, and they're always visualizing themselves getting there, and they don't have these self-imposed beliefs that a lot of the rest of the world has. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. If you want an entire program to lock in and train with me and transform your vertical jump, I got a couple different options. One, for hoopers, Unranked is probably our best option right now. Year-round strength and conditioning, athleticism, skills training, it's got everything. But it's great for hoopers because we build a lot of your athleticism with a ball in your hand, so you actually get better at layups at the same time. You improve your agility on the court, your speed on the court. Now, we also have Vert Code Elite, which is the classic program. Thousands and thousands have gotten crazy results on Vert Code Elite. That is also a full year program. We have Vert Code Bodyweight, which is our entry-level program. If you just want to get gains from home, you don't have access to weights, or you're not ready to lift yet, Vert Code Bodyweight has worked for a lot of athletes. We have Fat Don't Fly. So like I was mentioning, if you have a lot of excess fat to drop, and that's the limiting factor for you jumping high, this program will get you stronger. It's a full body strength program, comes with diet information. So lock in for 8 weeks and take your body to the next level, which then takes your athleticism to the next level as a byproduct. And then the final one, we actually have the McClung program. That's a great program that's like a supplement to the Vert Code or Vert Code Elite. If you've already done those programs, let's say you've done Vert Code Elite, Unranked, you've done all that, the McClung is a great 12-week program. Very similar concepts to the Vert Code Elite and to the Unranked. The only difference is the specific exercise selection. This is what McClung did as a kid growing up. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Until next time, I'm out.